Silai. I'm 22 years old. I've been at DVC for 2 years now, and the major I'm trying to go into is administration of justice. First time playing would have to be about 9, 10 years old. Started with flag football. It just became a passion because it was somewhere I can let my anger out, I guess, at first, because when I was a little boy, I had a lot of anger issues, I guess. And so that was the place where I had the chance to just let it all loose, let it all free, and would come home relaxed and happy again.
High school football, how did you get there?
Just continue with that same passion from when I was little league. Just had to let some anger out, and it was kind of more of a struggle there in high school because I moved around a lot. Never went to the same high school for 2 years in a row. Was constantly moving, so I never really got that chance to just take football as serious as I wanted to in high school. And so I just saw it as something to do as a passing time or a way to just feel kind of like I fit in new places every time I moved around.
Definitely. Was it like a family, do you think?
Yeah, it was more like family things just going on, and so I would always have to move, and then decided to come to California, and that transition from Utah to California football and just school in general was like huge. Like I could just see the difference in not only like academic wise, but also like just the competition on the football field made it a lot more difficult as well. 100%. If it wasn't for football, I probably would have not graduated high school or not be doing good in college now, and it would have just been a struggle overall. Just being grounded in high school football and coming out of high school that summer, everything was amazing, and then deciding to go on a mission for the Mormon religion is a thing that lasts for 2 years, and I was chosen to go to the country of El Salvador. It was considered one of the most dangerous countries in the world at that time, especially, and it's a thing you do for 2 years, and it's just something that goes on, and while you're out there, you have no connection with home or with families or friends or anything in that way. And I guess the whole experience for me was just life-changing, was a humbling experience for me. It helped me realize that I can be better, become closer to God and to everything, and just have a bigger love and opening in my heart, I guess. Yeah, now that I got back and everything, I was staying with my grandma because she would stay on her own, and so one thing was with her was always just trying to make sure she was okay. It was hard for me the last year because last season I was about to quit football and just focus on school and helping my grandma to make sure that we had all the ends meeting at home and wherever else we needed it to be. And so I was working construction, meanwhile trying to do school and help my grandma in any way possible at home. And just one big thing that happened was that she kept pushing me to just continue to play football because she knew that's one thing that helped me always focus in school. She knew that it was something that helped me stay positive, stay fresh, I guess you could say, in all like aspects of my life. And she pushed me to come back to the sport, started playing it, loving it, and I just try to do as much as I can to thank her and repair in any way I can because she continues to support me, continues to be there for me, watch for me, and always ends up trying to find a way to help me out in any way possible, whether it be with a home-cooked meal when I get home from a long day of football practice in school, or whether it be to just talk to me over the little things, ask about dating life, things like that. It was just always, she's always there. She was that big role model in my life that always helped me. Pretty much the inspiration for football came through my grandma to continue playing pretty much. And it was just one big thing because seeing how we struggled, my whole life growing up I struggled, didn't have much of a set life or anything set for me. I knew I would have to find a way to get college fixed for and everything taken care of so no one else would have to struggle with helping me out or anything. And so I figured out if there's one way to do it, it has to be through football. And so I just see it as something for me to get my education and set my future. Whether football does or doesn't work out, whether it makes me get to the NFL or not, I don't really care. As long as it helps me get through my college and get my education that I need to continue, that's one of my biggest goals for playing the sport. The DVC football program overall is really supportive, especially the coaching staff. One thing that they always look for in us is to continue with our education. That's one thing that they want us to be is the student before the athlete. They always want to make sure that we're keeping up with our grades, that we're on top of schoolwork, classwork, whatever it may be. And one thing I remember was like, especially in the beginning of the semester, in like spring, one thing he would make us do is miss most of the practice workouts or not even start practice till way later, just so that we can have our own little tutor time in here in the locker room, do our work and catch up on everything that we needed. And it was just really one big thing, especially Coach Dar. He does more than what's asked of him for the football team overall. He's always up latest. He's always staying here. He's here first and always leaving here last. He's always the one that's giving all of himself to make sure that we continue with school first. It's one thing that he always seen that was, it doesn't matter about how we only do here as a football team, but also as us continuing in our lives. He knows that this isn't the end for us. This isn't what our goal was to be in life, was we didn't dream of being on a junior college football team one day. We dreamed about going to school for football, playing big, and just having our future set in stone for us. And pretty much out here, the position I play, I just started playing this position last year. They switched me. I was playing linebacker, and they moved me to D-line. And the transition one, at first, it was a little weird, a little uncomfortable. I went from just staying on my 2 feet to having to be with my hand in the ground. It just was something that I had to train new muscles, and it was just something tiring, aching. I was just constantly in contact with other people, a lot bigger than me most of the time. And it just helped me become stronger, become faster, become more knowledgeable of the game. And I just like it more now, honestly, than my other position I played. It's honestly more fun for me. Well, I guess if there was one word that I would have to use to describe me on how I am, it would have to be relentless.
Good. All right.
I was trying not to laugh so hard.
Yeah, and then tomorrow we'll just get you like flexing.
I was trying